6 hidden signs she's crazy about you. No.2 is shocking old Stoic wisdom. Let me reveal something to you that might change everything you've ever thought about. Attraction beneath the surface. There's a subtle battle playing out. A hidden war of fleeting glances, unconscious gestures, and unspoken tests that most men completely miss after years of studying human behavior and analyzing countless interactions. I've uncovered 2 undeniable signs that show when a woman is truly deeply captivated by you. And here's the kicker at this very moment. There could be a woman in your life sending you these signals. It could be your colleague, a friend, or even someone you've seen at the gym. You're probably walking right past these opportunities without even realizing it, because no one has ever taught you how to spot these secret signs. But today, that ends today. You're going to get the ultimate guide to understanding female attraction. By the end of this, you'll be able to walk into any room and instantly recognize who's interested in you. Not from what they say, but from what they do. Attraction isn't something you can choose. It's biological, hardwired into us. And once you understand these 2 signs, you'll be able to read any interaction, like you're seeing the world through a completely new lens. Welcome to Stoicism, win for the last decade. I've dedicated myself to uncovering the hidden dynamics of human attraction. I'm not talking about the superficial tips you hear everywhere else. I'm diving deep into the psychological forces that drive who we're drawn to, and why what I'm about to share with you is based on years of real-world research, thousands of real interactions and insights from some of the world's leading behavioral psychologists. This isn't just theory. This is real-world knowledge that's helped countless men understand women in ways they never thought possible. Here's the harsh truth. Most men are completely unaware of the subtle signals of attraction. They think it's all about cheesy lines or grand romantic gestures. They wait for the obvious signs that rarely show up all the while. Women are sending out their interest through a different channel, one that most men simply don't understand today. That's about to change. We're going to move beyond words and dive into the world of micro-expressions, body language, and the science of attraction. The 6 signs we're covering today, they are universal. They apply to every woman, regardless of age, culture, or personality. Once you know them, you'll spot them everywhere, in coffee shops, at work, even within your friend group. But before we dive in, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button. Why? Because what you're about to learn is just the beginning. Every week, we dive deeper into the psychology of attraction, confidence, and masculine excellence. If you're serious about mastering these skills, you'll want to be part of every conversation we're having. Also, drop a comment with the word decode right now. Why? Because after this, you'll be able to decode any interaction with a woman and you'll never look at her behavior the same way again. Now let's get started. Sign number 1, the copycat effect. There's a phenomenon so subtle, so perfectly concealed in plain sight, that once you recognize it, you'll be astonished you didn't notice it sooner. This is sign number 1 of a woman being crazy about you, the copycat effect. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating psychological occurrence, one that has likely been under your nose your entire life without you even realizing it. The copycat effect isn't simply about mimicry. It's rooted deep within our evolutionary biology. When a woman finds herself truly attracted to you, her subconscious takes control, causing her to mirror your behaviors in ways she doesn't even consciously realize. This isn't limited to mimicking how you hold your drink or sitting in the same posture. No, this is about something much more profound. It's about the complete synchronization of tiny, often unnoticed behaviors and vocal rhythms. She'll begin to unconsciously adjust her speech patterns, matching your tone and rhythm of voice. Her breathing rate will start to align with yours. In fact, her very respiration will instinctively follow the same pattern as yours. Even the way her eyes blink will begin to sync with yours. And the small gestures, watch how her hand reaches to touch her hair or face, almost exactly after you've done so. Imagine this: you're sitting across from her at a quiet, intimate cafe. You lean in just a bit to emphasize a point in your conversation. Within moments, she follows suit slightly. Tilting her body towards you, you absent-mindedly run a hand through your hair, and seconds later, she reaches up and twirls a strand of her own. This is not some strange coincidence. This is attraction manifesting itself in a very physical way. Now, the science behind this is even more intriguing. Studies conducted by the University of California discovered that couples who are deeply attracted to each other engage in up to 72% more mirroring behavior than casual friends or acquaintances. But what's even more astonishing is that the greater the attraction a woman feels, the quicker her mirroring behavior will occur. The connection between attraction and subconscious mirroring is undeniable if you want to test this theory for yourself. Here's a simple, scientific experiment you can try in the first 5 minutes of your interaction. Just observe her natural posture and mannerisms. Get a baseline for her typical behavior. From minutes 5 to 7, change your posture, dramatically cross your arms, or lean back in your seat. Take note of her response if she shifts her body or adjusts her posture, even slightly. That's the first clue. Then from minute 7 to 10, make subtle gestures. Adjust your watch, touch your chin, or move your hand across your face again. Watch her response time. The quicker and more precise her actions match yours, the stronger her attraction is to you. This is the key. When you see her imitating your movements, almost immediately, you know she's engaged with you on a deeper subconscious level. But here's something most dating experts might not tell you. Mirroring isn't a one-way street if you start to consciously mirror her behavior. Breathing, pattern posture, or small gestures, you'll establish a kind of connection that's almost primal in nature by matching her movements. You're bypassing any mental resistance she may have, creating an emotional bond that's beyond words. It's like hacking into the attraction process without either of you fully realizing what's happening. There's a golden rule to remember in this game. Delayed mirroring is a particularly powerful indicator of attraction when a woman mirrors your movements. After 30 to 60 seconds, it means she's experiencing a bit of internal conflict. She's subconsciously fighting her attraction, but is slowly losing the battle. The body never lies, while words can be deceptive, and social facades can hide our true emotions. The body always reveals. What's underneath mirroring is an undeniable silent language that speaks louder than words ever could. Your task, should you choose to accept it, is to become fluent in this unspoken dialect of desire. And here's where you have an advantage by being aware of the copycat effect. You can unlock a level of emotional connection that's beyond what the average person might notice in your daily interactions. Whether in a casual setting or a more intimate one, pay attention to the subtle cues of attraction that others might miss. Look for the rapid synchronization of small gestures, the unconscious matching of breaths, the little movements that happen without any conscious effort. These are all signs that she's deeply engaged with you, and that her attraction to you is not just in her words, but in every movement her body makes. The beauty of this phenomenon lies in its simplicity. It's not about grand gestures or words, it's about tuning into the small, quiet moments that reflect the deepest of connections. And once you understand this unspoken language of attraction, you can begin to see it everywhere in every relationship around you. It's a silent yet powerful tool that reveals the truth of any connection in life. Much like in dating, we often get caught up in the obvious. What's being said, what's being done overtly, but attraction, love and connection often reveal themselves in the subtleties, in the movements of a hand or the rhythm of a breath. So the next time you're with someone, take a moment to notice, is she mirroring you? If so, you've just uncovered a powerful sign of her deeper feelings. Sign number 2, the forced jealousy trap. Full psychological breakdown. This is where most men completely misinterpret female psychology at its deepest level. What looks like disinterest is actually one of the strongest signs of attraction you'll ever encounter. Let me walk you through exactly how this works on a neurological level. When a woman starts developing real feelings, her brain does something fascinating. It begins testing your value through manufactured jealousy scenarios. This isn't conscious manipulation. This is millions of years of evolutionary programming kicking in. She literally can't help but do this when she's truly interested. Here's how to spot it in action. First comes the subtle withdrawal. You'll be having a great conversation when suddenly she mentions another woman or sees you talking to someone else. Watch closely. Within 30 seconds, she'll create physical distance, cross her arms, or start giving shorter responses. Most men read this as rejection and back off immediately. Big mistake. What's actually happening is her primal brain is screaming, I need to know if he's high value enough to compete for next. Comes the probing phase. She'll drop seemingly innocent comments like, you two seem close, or I bet girls like that are more your type. This is where 90% of men fail. By either over-explaining or getting defensive, the secret stay completely calm and give minimal responses. She's cool is infinitely more powerful than, oh no, we're just friends. Then comes the ultimate test, the proximity play. She'll suddenly start standing closer to other men when you're around, or mention being asked out. Her eyes will flick to you within 0.3 seconds of doing this. That's your tell. She's waiting to see if you react. This is the critical moment where most men either panic and chase or get angry and possessive. Both are attraction killers. The correct response, amused indifference, a slight smirk, maybe even agreeing with her. Yeah, he seems like a great guy. Shows zero insecurity. That's when you'll notice something magical. Within minutes, she'll find a reason to re-engage with you, often with increased physical contact. This is the jealousy trap completing its cycle. She needed to confirm your worth. You demonstrated unshakable confidence by not biting, and now her attraction has spiked the neuroscience behind. This is fascinating. When you pass these tests, her brain actually releases more dopamine and oxytocin than it would from direct compliments you've proven yourself worthy. On a biological level, this pattern repeats constantly in dating. The more interested she is, the more tests she'll create. Most men misinterpret these as mixed signals when they're actually green lights in disguise. Now that you understand this mechanism, you'll start seeing it everywhere. From the barista who suddenly mentions her boyfriend, when you flirt to the co-worker who points out how often you talk to the new hire. They're not rejecting you, they're giving you opportunities to demonstrate value. The key is recognizing the pattern and having the discipline not to react. That's how you transform from chasing to being chased. This is Michael from Stoic Focus. If you want the remaining 7 subconscious attraction triggers, women use, subscribe. Now, the men who understand these principles don't just get lucky, they become the exception. Now that you understand these 2 powerful attraction triggers, here's what I need you to do immediately. First, smash that like button right now. Why? Because YouTube's algorithm is watching and tells the platform, this is the kind of content I want more of. The more engagement this video gets, the more men we can help escape the cycle of guessing and start understanding female psychology on a deep level. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications, because what you just learned is just the surface. Next week, I'm dropping an even more explosive video revealing the 5-second attraction trigger, a psychological hack that makes women instinctively drawn to you. Upon first meeting, you'll never approach a woman the same way again. But here's where I need you, specifically. I want you to comment one of these 3 things right now. Mirroring. If you've noticed a woman copying your movements before jealousy test. If you've experienced those withdrawal patterns, decode. If you want me to break down even more subconscious attraction signals. Why does this matter? Because your comments create a living case study. We can analyze real-world examples, and I might even feature your story in an upcoming video Finally, share this video with one friend who needs to see it. Not just because it helps the channel, though it does, but because every man deserves to understand these psychological truths. Imagine how many relationships could be saved, how much frustration avoided if more men could actually read these signals correctly. Remember, attraction isn't magic, it's science. And now that you know these two signs, you're already ahead of 95% of men out there. But this is just the beginning. Stay tuned, because next time we're going even deeper into the female psyche. Until then, start observing, start applying, and most importantly, start seeing results. If you've made it this far, you're already in the top 5% of men who understand the hidden forces shaping attraction. Most men misread these signs, but now you're equipped to decode female psychology at a deep level. Now it's your turn to share. Have you experienced a jealousy test before drop? Jealousy test in the comments, and let's dive into your experience. Let's build this community and help each other level up in understanding attraction. Sign number 3, the playful tease. Don't mistake a playful tease for mere light-hearted fun. It's much more than that. It's a deliberate test, a subtle yet potent way. A woman gauges your emotional resilience, your ability to stand firm under pressure. You see when she teases you, she's not just looking for a laugh. She's testing the very core of your character, how you handle emotional challenges, and ultimately, how you respond when faced with the unpredictable. Think back to a moment when you cracked a joke, and she responds with, "Oh, so you think you're funny," with a mischievous smile. It may seem like a harmless comment, but it's far from it. She's not questioning your humour. She's observing your response. Will you wilt under the implied challenge? Defensively explaining yourself? Will you crumble, revealing a lack of emotional stability? Or will you stand tall, laughing it off, flashing a confident smile, maintaining your composure? That is the true test. You see, Stoic philosophy, which has shaped the minds of emperors and philosophers alike, teaches us the power of emotional resilience. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The woman in front of you, like many others, is not interested in a man who falters when his pride is poked. She seeks someone who remains unshaken, someone who can take life's little challenges with poise and grace in the face of her playful challenge, respond with ease. Don't fumble instead of allowing embarrassment or awkwardness to cloud your reaction. Use this as an opportunity to show your inner strength. Match her energy with a witty comeback or a relaxed smile that signals you are unfazed, grounded. Let her see you are a man who thrives in emotional calm, someone who remains in control even when the world seems to test him. Teasing is a sign of attraction, not disdain. When you react defensively, when you take it too seriously, you miss out on the deeper connection she's offering. The next time she playfully challenges you, ask yourself, am I proving my emotional resilience? Will my calm, composed response show her that I'm the kind of man who doesn't let trivialities disturb his peace of mind? This is the power of emotional strength, the key to unlocking deeper, meaningful connections. Don't just react. Respond like the man who's mastered his emotions and stands confident, unwavering. Take this challenge and rise. Sign number 4, the subtle attention to detail. When a woman is truly invested in you, one of the clearest indicators is her subtle yet deliberate attention to the details. This isn't just about remembering the big things like your favourite food or your career goals. It's the small, seemingly insignificant aspects that most people would overlook. She may recall that you're allergic to a certain flower, or that you prefer a specific brand of coffee, things you casually mentioned in passing, and she'll bring them up or cater to them without being prompted. It's not just about the conversation either. It's about the way she notices the finer nuances of your life, like picking up on when you're feeling down and asking if you're okay, or offering a comforting gesture that speaks to her understanding of your emotions. This type of behavior goes beyond typical attentiveness. It's an unspoken language that reveals an emotional investment in the relationship. It's as if she has learned to read you without words, to understand your moods, preferences, and needs before you even express them. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, often spoke of the importance of small actions, emphasizing how our daily choices shape who we are. This philosophy holds true in relationships as well, where it's not the grandiose displays of affection or expensive gifts that matter most, but the quiet, consistent acts of care. These tiny gestures, remembering the coffee order, recognizing when you need space, or simply taking the time to listen, are powerful because they signal that someone is genuinely invested in you. It's in these small moments that true emotional connection is forged, not in superficial gestures meant to impress. When a woman displays this level of attention, she's showing you that she's truly engaged with you as a person, not just as a partner. Her actions say, I see you, I understand you, and I'm willing to learn more about you. For men, recognizing and appreciating this sign can be both empowering and eye-opening. It shifts the focus from the grand, often cliché displays of affection to the more meaningful, everyday actions that reflect real care. It's easy to miss, but the woman who notices when you're quiet and offers comfort, or who recalls that you mentioned a dislike for a certain flower, is signaling something far deeper than mere attraction. She's signaling an emotional commitment. It's a subtle but powerful message that she's not just looking for a surface-level connection, but something more enduring and meaningful. This understanding can lead to a deeper bond when you notice her attentiveness and reciprocate it, paying attention to her needs and showing that you care about the little things. Your connection will only grow stronger. Relationships, after all, are built not just on the spectacular moments, but on the quiet, consistent gestures that show we're truly seen and valued. As the philosopher Aristotle once said, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And this rings true in relationships where understanding each other's depths is an ongoing process. By paying attention to these little signs, you're laying the foundation for a relationship rooted in genuine care, mutual respect. And true emotional intimacy. So the next time a woman remembers something that seemed inconsequential or makes a gesture that feels perfectly attuned to your needs, don't dismiss it. It's not a coincidence. It's her way of silently communicating that she's deeply invested in. You pay attention to these signs, recognize the depth of her care, and know that by reciprocating this level of thoughtfulness, you're nurturing a connection that has the potential to grow into something truly meaningful. If you found this insight helpful, don't forget to share, and comment below. Share your thoughts with us. Comment the phrase true. Connection is built on the little things. Let's keep the conversation going and dive deeper into these powerful signs, and make sure to subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Sign number 5, the subtle touches. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked signs that a woman is truly interested in you can be found in the subtlety of her physical touches. These seemingly innocent gestures, like a gentle brush of her hand against your arm, a soft tap on your shoulder, or a light graze on your back, are not mere accidents. They're deliberate and reveal a deeper, subconscious desire to establish a connection. These gestures often occur in moments of closeness when you're talking. Sharing a laugh or deep in conversation, they may feel casual or even playful, but in reality, they represent a hidden language of attraction. Think of it this way: if a woman isn't particularly interested in you, she's unlikely to touch you at all. But when she's drawn to you, these small yet powerful gestures become a way for her to bridge the gap between you both without saying a word. They say, "I want to be near you. I want to connect with you." What makes these touches particularly revealing is their spontaneity. They don't follow a set script or seem forced. They occur naturally in the flow of conversation or shared moments, and though they're not necessarily sexual in nature, they are deeply intimate in their own right. The purpose isn't to escalate things to a physical level, but to create emotional closeness. This is where modern life comes into play in a world where people are often more focused on screens and virtual interactions. The simple act of touching someone in a genuine, heartfelt way can be incredibly powerful. It's her way of signaling that she values your presence and that she feels comfortable and safe with you. This can be a tricky thing to notice, as subtlety is key, but when you start to pay attention, you'll see that these gestures aren't just random acts. They're her way of showing you that she's invested, interested, and perhaps even falling for you. Now consider this. It's not just about the frequency of these touches, but also their context. A woman who likes you will often seek out opportunities to be physically close to you. She might find ways to position herself near you during conversations, subtly leaning in as if drawn to your energy. This is a major signal of her attraction. It's her way of establishing a closeness that's more than just physical, it's emotional too. She may do this when you're talking about something personal, or when there's a moment of shared vulnerability. The key here is that the touch is never forced. It's natural, almost instinctual, like a conversation without words. So next time you find yourself in conversation with a woman who's giving off these subtle signals, take a moment to observe. Her body language, are her hands brushing against yours? More often than usual, does she lean in closer when you're speaking? These may seem like small acts, but they're powerful indicators of a deeper connection. They're her way of silently saying, "I'm here, I'm interested, and I want to get closer to you." Recognizing these signs can help you better navigate your relationship and understand where her feelings might be headed. Sign number 6, the nervous energy. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, her body will betray her, often revealing her feelings, even when her words might not. In the early stages of attraction, her nervous energy becomes like an unspoken language that her body can't help but express. She may attempt to control it, but subconsciously it leaks out through fidgeting, playing with her hair, tapping her foot, or even in the subtle trembling of her voice. This is not discomfort. It's a visceral, primal response to the intense emotions she's experiencing. As the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. When she's consumed with thoughts of you, the very fabric of her being responds to those thoughts. Her nervous energy is simply the outlet for these powerful emotions. It's the rush of excitement and anticipation that comes with being in the presence of someone who truly captivates her. The more she is drawn to you, the more apparent these signs will be. You might catch her laughing a bit too much at your jokes, or becoming unusually animated when speaking to you. These reactions aren't about making a show of herself, nor are they a sign of insecurity. They are the product of an emotional surge so strong that her body struggles to contain it, when her nerves make her laugh louder or her hands shake as she speaks. It's because her attraction is no longer something she can hide. It's something much deeper, something much more real than the shallow gestures many women put on in passing interactions. Let's be clear, this is not a sign of weakness or insecurity, as many might assume. Instead, it's the mark of a woman who is fully aware of her feelings, but is simply unable to suppress the energy that flows through her when she's around you. Her body, in its own way, is acknowledging the significance of the connection. It's not a random or casual display. This is a direct response to your presence, to the power you exude, and the energy she feels when she's near you. Her body speaks volumes. She might try to maintain her composure, but her emotions can't help but seep through in small, subconscious ways. As you begin to recognize these signs, you'll understand that it's not about her being uncomfortable or anxious, but rather the excitement of being around someone. She feels a genuine connection with these subtle shifts in behavior, are evidence of something deeper, something that runs far beyond a fleeting attraction. They are her body's way of acknowledging her emotional investment. As the famous philosopher Aristotle once said, love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. When her body reacts to you like this, it's the soul's way of acknowledging the bond she feels with you. This, gentlemen, is where the game truly begins. Too often, men overlook these signs, not realizing that a woman's nervous energy is one of the most telling signs of her growing attraction in a world where women have become expert masks of composure. These subtle hints of vulnerability are not to be dismissed when you see her exhibiting this nervous energy. It's an opportunity to connect on a deeper level, to understand that she's not just interested in you on the surface. She's invested in you, in what you offer, in the chemistry that's undeniably present between you two. In today's world, we're constantly surrounded by distractions and noise, and it's easy to miss the subtle cues of attraction. But recognizing these moments, these fleeting glimpses of nervous energy, is where your power lies. It's a clear sign that your presence has made an impact, and that impact is more significant than you might realize. She is actively drawn to you in a way that transcends mere physical attraction. Her body's reactions are evidence of that. Her nervous energy is the proof that what you're experiencing isn't one-sided. So the next time you catch her fidgeting, laughing too much, or getting animated while talking to, you understand this. Her body is speaking the truth, and it's saying that she's more than just interested, she's captivated. Do you see it now? When these signs show up, they are your opportunity to build on what's already happening. They are your invitation to move closer, to engage deeper, and to take control of the connection you're beginning to form. Don't ignore it. Lean in, recognize it, and let it fuel your next move. Her nervous energy is a powerful indicator that you're on the right track. You're not imagining it. It's real, and it's your moment to seize. If you've noticed these signs before, or experienced them yourself, leave a comment and share your thoughts. What's been your experience with nervous energy and attraction? Don't hold back. Let's talk about it. Sign number 7, the long, intentional eye contact. One of the most revealing and subtle signs that a woman is truly attracted to you is when she engages in prolonged, intentional eye contact. Eye contact, often said to be the window to the soul, has a unique power to communicate emotions without the need for words. When a woman is interested in you, she will often hold your gaze longer than usual, allowing her eyes to linger on you in a way that speaks volumes. This is far more than just a fleeting glance or a casual look. It is a purposeful act that signifies a deeper level of connection and intimacy. In fact, the act of making prolonged eye contact can communicate an array of emotions, such as curiosity, desire, affection, and even vulnerability. The intensity of her gaze is often a direct reflection of how drawn she feels towards you. When she's comfortable and genuinely interested, her eyes will naturally gravitate towards you, seeking out yours to make that connection. It's almost as if she's trying to see beyond the surface to understand the person you are, what you think and what makes you tick. While a brief glance might indicate basic curiosity, it's the sustained, deliberate gaze that signals deeper emotions and interest. When she locks eyes with you, she is not only physically looking at you, but also emotionally investing in the moment. You'll likely notice that this kind of eye contact tends to occur during conversations, often when she's genuinely engaged and listening to you. If you've ever caught her gaze while you're speaking, you may have felt that there was a silent understanding between you two. No need for words to fill the space, as her eyes are speaking louder than anything her mouth could say. The more she engages with you in this way, the more she's expressing her attraction and interest. In fact, it's a form of unspoken communication that is often more profound than any verbal exchange could be. She's giving you a silent invitation to connect with her. And if you respond to that invitation with the same level of focus and intention, the bond between you two can grow stronger. What's particularly fascinating about eye contact in romantic and intimate contexts is that it doesn't need to be verbal to be powerful. Imagine you're in a crowded room surrounded by other people, yet your eyes meet across the space. In that moment, time seems to stop. It's as if the world around you fades into the background, and all that matters is the connection between the two of you. Her eyes follow your movements, tracking your every step, and you can feel her gaze even when you're not looking directly at her. This is a sure sign that her interest goes beyond mere attraction. She's emotionally engaged, and she's letting you know that she is paying attention to you. Even in the midst of distractions, this kind of eye contact is also indicative of something deeper, a desire to connect on a meaningful level. It's not just about physical attraction, although that is certainly part of it. It's about wanting to understand who you are, what makes you tick, and what lies beneath the surface. Her eyes are trying to decipher the complexities of your personality, and when she holds your gaze, she's silently inviting you to do the same in return. It's a way of showing interest in your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences without needing to speak a single word. Psychologists have long recognized the power of eye contact in human interactions. Studies have shown that prolonged eye contacts can increase feelings of attraction and connection between individuals. When a woman locks eyes with you, she's not just admiring your physical appearance, she's allowing herself to be vulnerable and open, expressing her emotions and her desire for a deeper connection. As the famous author and philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre once said, "When I look at you, I am not just looking at your eyes, I am looking at you, your soul, your truth." This is what eye contact really is, an intimate exchange of energy and emotion, a way to share who you are without needing to articulate it in real life. We all know how powerful a gaze can be. Think about those moments when someone's eyes linger on yours and you can feel the connection without them saying a word. It's a universal experience. Whether you're at a bar, at a party, or even just walking down the street, the longer and more intentional the eye contact, the clearer it becomes that the person on the other end of that gaze is trying to form a bond, to communicate something that words can't capture. If you notice that a woman is holding your gaze in these ways, it's a sign that she's not only attracted to you, but also emotionally invested in getting to know you on a deeper level. Furthermore, the ability to maintain and reciprocate eye contact is an important part of building trust and intimacy. If you catch her eye and hold the gaze, you'll often find that she doesn't look away right away. This isn't about dominance or control, it's about sharing a moment of unspoken understanding and acknowledgement of the connection that's developing between you two. It's an invitation to get closer, to explore what's hidden beneath the surface, and to let the relationship evolve into something more profound in sum. When a woman makes intentional eye contact, she's telling you something far more meaningful than any words could convey. She's telling you that she's interested in you, that she wants to connect. and that she sees you for who you truly are. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation with her or across a crowded room and your eyes meet, take a moment to pause and appreciate the power of that connection. Don't rush to look away. Hold her gaze a little longer and see what unfolds. It could be the beginning of something much deeper than you initially thought. Have you ever experienced that kind of intense, meaningful eye contact with someone? What did it feel like to you? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If you found value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, share it with anyone you think could benefit from hearing these signs. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on notifications too so you never miss out on any of the valuable insights we share here. I'm committed to helping you build a stronger, more focused mindset. And trust me, you won't want to miss any of the wisdom coming your way in future videos. Now I want to hear from you. Did any of these signs resonate with you? Have you experienced something similar in your relationships? Maybe you've got your own unique signs to share. Let's start a conversation. I'd love to know what you think, so feel free to leave your thoughts, feedback, or any questions in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can all learn from each other and dive deeper into the power of understanding human behavior and the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. Also, if you ever feel like you want more content like this, or if there's a particular topic you want me to dive into, don't hesitate to let me know. Your feedback truly helps shape this channel, and I'm here to provide exactly what you're looking for, whether it's about relationships, personal growth, or Stoic philosophy. I am all ears and ready to create content that brings real value to your life. And before you leave, take a moment to reflect on this powerful idea. From Stoic philosophy, a man's true strength is not measured by what he can control, but by what he can endure. You are the prize, and the most powerful thing you can do is stay true to yourself. Keep honing your inner strength. Remain calm in the face of challenges, and know that the best version of yourself is always within reach until next time. Stay grounded, stay strong, and remember, you've got this. Keep pushing forward and embracing the Stoic mindset. I'll see you in the next video.